Let's look at section 4.3, Mixed and Entire Radicals, Vocabulary. All right, we have two different types of radicals. We have entire radicals and mixed radicals. An entire radical is where everything is in the radicand. There is no number out front. There's just everything is, all the numbers are under the radicand sign. Examples of entire radicals. Square root of 100. Cube root of 47. The 27th root of 53. These are all entire radicals because all the number is under the radicand sign. Contrast this with mixed radicals down here. A mixed radical has a coefficient, and it has a radical. Now, what this means in this case, we read it 5 cube root 3. And what it means 5 times cube root 3. So 5 cube root of 3, this means 5 times the cube root of 3. All right, now this is useful for doing some mathematics. If we have the square root of 2 plus the square root of 2, that's equal to 2 times the square root of 2. Okay, so we can do a little bit of math similar to how variables work, right? X plus x is equal to 2x. Right, so we can treat a radical in a similar way to a variable. So mixed radicals, and we often want to have our radicals in mixed form. We will call it simplest form when they are in a mixed form with the smallest possible number under the radical sign. All right, now we have a rule for the multiplication of radicals. If we have one radical times another radical, we can combine them together under a single radical sign, so long as the indices are the same. So if we have the square root of 2 times the square root of 5, we will get the square root of 10. If we have the cube root of 3 times the cube root of 8, we will get the cube root of 24. We cannot do the square root of 2 times the cube root of 5. This does not work. Indices have to be the same. Now likewise, we can take a radical and we can break it apart into two pieces. So we could take the square root of, let's say, 200. And we can break it apart into the square root of 100 times the square root of 2. So we can take an entire radical and we can break it up into the radical of 2 of its factors. And this is an important step when we simplify radicals. All right, so you should know the difference between an entire radical, a mixed radical, and the multiplication of radicals.